Okay guys, so today we've got a tall task ahead of us, and that's going to be rebuilding the Charlotte Hornets, arguably the worst team going into next season. Now, as far as players that are safe, we don't got many. I think I'm going to try to hold on to Miles Bridges, Malik Monk. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to try to hold on to him. Probably PJ Washington, give him some untapped potential. I don't know what his potential is sitting at right now. We can check though. This is someone that we can definitely upgrade. His positional average is at A-. He's only in a B-. A couple of off seasons like giving him untapped potential. Maybe he can get to an 80 plus overall, but we're gonna see what we can do. Looking at our salary cap table, Batum, you've got to go. Rozier, you got to go. Biyombo, all these guys that have some value on these one-year contracts or are on a big contract like Terry Rozier, we're just gonna get rid of them. It's gonna be a completely revamped roster. It's hard to do the Charlotte Hornets fully realistically, as we don't got much to deal with. Obviously, we're gonna have a top pick next season. Maybe looking at guys like James Weisman, LaMelo Ball. We have gotten LaMelo Ball in 2 rebuilds already, so maybe I look to go elsewhere. Maybe even a guy like Anthony Edwards could be interesting. Patrick Beverley, Jay Crowder, Kelly Olynyk, Will Barton. Really not exactly sure what I'm interested in here. A first-round pick, lottery protected from the Portland Trailblazers, plus Kent Bazemore, Thomas Satoransky. Maybe if I package him with a guy like Nicholas Batum. What is the trade value for our 2 highest overall players at a 78 and 77? Chris Paul, that's actually quite interesting. We're getting rid of a first round selection. Chandler Parsons. Again, I'm not loving any of these deals. I might just do this one because I think Hassan Whiteside is going to be a lot easier to trade. So let's just do that just to see what we can get for Hassan Whiteside. We gave up a first round pick, so we better get something in return. We do see Chris Middleton here, who's really not a bad option right now at 28 years old. He's on a 4-year contract. He gives us someone, to build around. It's really not a bad option. I like Chris Middleton a lot. You got Dario Saric here, Steven Adams. While we are in full rebuild mode, I think it'd be kind of cool to have Chris Middleton as our star player. He'll be the #1 option, but he really hasn't had that chance in his career. We'll do that for now. It really doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think it'll be kind of interesting. He's not going to have much, around him, so we should still be right at the bottom of the NBA. We can bring Bobby Portis and Taj Gibson, Evan Fournier, Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr., Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder. What if I package these guys with... No, I'm not giving you my 2021 picks. Let's see if we could get for Malik Monk and Cody Zeller. Again, Malik Monk's not someone I'm very interested in. He's a really guy that I believed in a lot going into the NBA, but as of right now, he's a defensive liability. He's an inefficient scorer. Yes, the potential's there, but he's just really hasn't shown it to this point. This can obviously change. We got Brandon Clark here, who's definitely not a bad option, plus Jay Crowder. That gives us a solid young player going down the road. Terrence Ross, Tim Hardaway Jr., Fred VanVleet, Patty Mills, and Lonnie Walker, Dennis Schroeder, Rui Hachimura. We've gotten him a lot of rebuilds, and he really doesn't progress like we would think. I think I'm just going to go with Brandon Clark here, plus Jay Crowder. I don't think it's a bad deal. I'll add the exception. Now, let's double check, see what those salary cap is looking like. Kent Bazemore, Bismack Biyombo, all on 1-year deals. Let's see what we could get for Bismack and Marvin Williams. That'll be the last trade we'll do if we can get any value in return. And then I'll see you guys probably at the end of this season. Let's see what we can get. Bismack, and we get Andre Iguodala, Marcus Smart, DeLon Wright, and Dwight Powell. All these trades are pretty terrible. Really not interested in them whatsoever. I'll just see you guys at the end of the season. So at the NBA draft lottery, we were actually projected to have the 4th overall pick. Let's see what happens. I don't think we want to go all the way through this. Let's just skip the lottery. I think that's going to take forever. We end up landing at number 3. That's not too bad. Maybe we could get a guy like James Wiseman there. I'm not really sure if I have too much interest in trading up. Staff signings, head coach, you are out the door. Get out of here. Assistant coach, you're out. We're just going to get rid of everybody, really. Head scout, that's fine. But trainer, you're off. CFO, let's get A+ business, A+ potential. Yeah, let's do that. We'll give you 4 years. We'll give you $1 million a year. Why not? Let's go up to $1 million, or at least close to it. That'll do the job, hopefully. Head coach, Underwood, Stauffer. That's A+ defense, A+ offense. We will definitely take that. Pace and space with Chris Middleton right now on the roster. Should be a decent fit. We obviously got a lot of moves to make. The roster as it stands right now is going to be nothing like it is towards the end of this rebuild. He's definitely going to accept that. In terms of assistant coach, We can get Trent Peterson. He only wants $800,000 a year. We'll up that around to $845,000. And then trainer, let's get someone that's got, we can do B plus. He only wants $200K. We're gonna up that up to around $250,000. Hopefully everyone accepts. Our front office is gonna be looking nice. Our CFO is tentative. Our trainer declines. Our assistant coach declines, but we do land Mike Stauffer. That's not bad. Okay, let's try again. Let's see if he ends up rejecting our offer. Dang. That's not good. Let's just do Logan Smith at 4 years, $125,000. Assistant coach, let's do Dawkins at $360,000. And trainer, we'll do Donald Jones at $60K. Let's see what happens. Mulling. We all signed. We're good to go there. Going past the NBA draft combine, heading in towards the NBA draft. Let's see if we can get up to number 1 or at least number 2. If not, I'm really fine with staying at number 3. Maybe a guy like James Wiseman's available there. We do have 2 second-round picks. What's it going to take in order to get up to like that second overall slot? Giving rid of some second-round picks, would that be all it takes? We end up having just give rid of our 2021 first-round pick. If we're giving up our 2021 first-round pick, I want to go to that number 1 slot. Where are we at? Number 1 pick is going to be in the hands of the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's just stay at number 3. I don't want to give rid of our 2021 first-round pick at this point. Let's go to the NBA draft, see who ends up going. Hopefully, we can get James Wiseman at number 3, but I actually am fine with Anthony Edwards. We'll see how everything goes out. The number 1 pick, it looks like it's probably going to be LaMelo Ball. It's usually LaMelo Ball in this simulation. Anthony Edwards actually goes number 1. That's somewhat surprising. LaMelo Ball goes 2, and we can get James Wiseman at 3. Or is James Wiseman going to go at number 2? We shall see. The Dallas Mavericks hold that pick. Who are they going to be pairing alongside Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis? I actually want James Wiseman to this. Hopefully, they just go ahead. They take LaMelo Ball. If not, they do. Okay, they go to LaMelo Ball. We're going to be able to go James Wiseman here at number 3. I think that's going to be a very good center in the future. It doesn't take away from a position we already have. We got Miles Bridges. We got PJ Washington. Those guys might not be in the starting lineup down the road. For now, it looks like they will be. Choosing our prospect, we don't need to see anything else. We're going to go with James Wiseman. We're going to get out of the NBA draft. I'll see you guys at free agency. So in free agency, we can obviously throw in a contract and Anthony Davis. This is someone that we'd probably trade down the road. We've had Anthony Davis in 2 rebuilds already. I don't know if I really want to build around him. I'm not going to give him a no trades clause, but I will give him that player option. We'll see if he signs that. I would throw a contract at Siakam, but he's a restricted free agent, and it'll probably get matched. Same thing with Buddy Hield. Andre Drummond we don't need, as we already have James Wiseman. I'm really looking at like those young players like Michael Porter Jr., maybe, Brandon Ingram. I don't know who's all available here. DeJounte Murray is definitely a solid option. He wants a huge contract, but I at least know in this game he progresses very well. He's going to give you a lot on the defensive end. And let's do that offer at Michael Porter Jr. I like getting him in these rebuilds. I think he holds a decent amount of trade value. I've had, a lot of success landing him on his contract. So we renounce those rights. We signed DeJounte. We signed Michael Porter. Cap hold on Willie Hernangomez. That's fine for now. Anthony Davis decides to side with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's going to be kind of scary going down the road. But for now, we got DeJounte. At least it appears we got DeJounte and Michael Porter. Hopefully that all goes well. I'm not sure how much money we have left. We're minus $20 million under the cap. Can we get anybody? Brandon Ingram is actually an unrestricted free agent. We don't have enough money to bring him in. Is there any decent young players? Fred VanVleet, Willie Cauley-Stein. He wants 3 years, $47 million. I don't really see anything I like a lot. We could throw in a contract with Beasley, but he's probably just going to decline that because we're only offering him $28 million. So I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2. So at the start of season number 2, we've got DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and James Wiseman, with Michael Porter Jr., Marco Bellinelli, Brandon Clark, and Robin Lopez off our bench. Right now, it's not looking like anything special. Hopefully, we can make some moves in that 2021 class, as well as possibly getting a top selection. I'll see what we can do throughout this, season, and I'll probably look to unload some contracts so that we at least have some flexibility in that offseason. Maybe a guy like Chris Middleton, maybe Michael Porter Jr. We shall see, but I'll see you guys at the end of season number 2. So at the end of the season, the only things to really get excited about were the fact that we had DeJounte Murray on all defensive second team, but I don't even know how much job security he has on this team. And as far as all rookie first, we do see James Wiseman. That's really all we have. We did make the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, but I expect a first round exit. Let's see what happens here going against the Philadelphia 76ers. We actually take game 1. What if we win the title right here? That would make for an interesting video, but we're down 2-1. It looks like that first game was a fluke, and we are going to lose. Oh no, it's 3-2. Can we push a game 7? Oh my god, we might go. No, we lose in game 7. So we're at the NBA draft. I couldn't find a trade, so I'm just going to make a pick here. Jalen Green, he's worked out for us in the last ones we've gotten. He usually has a lot of trade value down the road. We're getting him on a decent deal. Obviously, he's on that rookie contract. So once we ditch the money of maybe, you know, Michael Porter Jr. and Chris Middleton, or Chris Middleton and DeJounte Murray. I kind of like DeJounte Murray, but we'll see what the deals work out, because I definitely want to have some money for this 2021 class, or else this rebuild is going to get very bad very quickly. He ended up being an 80 overall. Cade Cunningham, he's a guy that ends up getting a lot of value as well later down the road. I've done some rebuilds, obviously off camera. Let's get out of here. Rookie signings. Sign Jalen Green. Now, what is the trade value for him just right after signing? You get Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, Buddy Hield. As of right now, I don't see anything I like here. This can obviously change once, you know, people get their team options and everything like that, because the player pool right now is just really not that good, which makes it hard to find trades ahead of the NBA draft. We're obviously going to accept all these player options. We see LeBron James accept, but we see Paul George and Kawhi Leonard decline. Any other big news as far as people declining? Doesn't look like it. Go into the qualifying offers. Not offered, not offered. I'm not going to offer that to Ante Zizic either. But looking at how our salary cap is looking right now, it shouldn't be too hot. We have $7 million in cap space. We ended up actually trading, I forgot, Chris Middleton in order to free up that money to bring in that #1 overall pick. Or not free up the money, but just, you know, that trade value to bring in that #1 pick. Let's get rid of Michael Porter Jr., and then we can see what we can do in this 2021 class. I like Michael Porter Jr. right now. He's an 82 overall, but I just think if we can get someone on a better deal that's still, you know, comparable in terms of play on the court, we'll have more money to make some moves. Doesn't look like we see anything jumping off the paper as of right now. We can throw in a first round pick in 2023 from the Lakers. That gets us Landry Shamet, Brandon Ingram, Josh Green. That's not the same Josh Green that we have. We can get Nico Mannion, who I'm not sure how his player progression will work out, but right now he's standing at 3 traded stars, which is actually lower than Michael Porter Jr. as of right now. It's just that massive contract for Michael Porter makes it hard to get like those young players that we are looking for. Seeing what we can even do right now in terms of our salary cap. Can we even offer a deal? We have to go 10 million less than we have on our books right now. Is there anyone that's just around that area we could just dump quick? Yabusele's actually on this, on our books. Let's get rid of Yabusele. That's going to help us out pretty quickly. And we might end up just trading PJ Washington because he hasn't progressed nearly as good as we wanted. We're actually getting spammed with first round picks, which is pretty good to see. There was some teams that offered us 2. Let's just take this one from the Philadelphia 76ers. No, that means we're getting rid of 1 pick. We're getting a first round pick. Let's see, from the Memphis Grizzlies, top 10 protected. Let's just take this 2025 from the Atlanta Hawks. See what we can get for PJ Washington. Hopefully just some first round picks or something. Right now he's at a 77 overall, just really not progressing like I wanted. He's probably not even going to be able to touch the court for much of any time, so it's not worth keeping on the roster. We can get Justice Winslow, but he's on the last year of his deal, but still not a bad option at 13 million. But we're taking on more money when we're really trying to get rid of money. Can we get a rookie or something like that? Ty Jerome at 2.4 million, not a bad option. Matisse Thybulle at 2.8, Grant Williams at 2.6, plus we're getting a 22 first round pick. We're giving that. Let's just do this. Ooh, should I do this or should I do that other one for, who was it? Ty Jerome, 2.4 million plus a 22 first round pick, top 10 protected. Let's do that. So we end up finding a trade for Michael Porter. It's not ideal. We're getting a 22 first round pick plus Joe Harris, who's a knockdown shooter, but we just really need to free up this money. We still got something in return for Michael Porter. Now we can offer on those big time guys. We already offered with Kawhi Leonard, which is in a massive deal to Giannis. Player option, no trades clause. We'll do the same thing for Paul George. We'll give you all the money we physically can. We'll put you on a player option, a no trade clause. Jason Tatum, he's probably just going to get his offer matched by the Boston Celtics. Where does Rudy Gobert? We've used everything we can do for day 1. Let's see if we had anybody accept. We had Giannis and Antetokounmpo accept our deal, and we had Paul George. Now that would be crazy. I don't know if we have any scenario where we could free up that much money. Let's check it out. It would be pretty crazy if we brought both of them in. That would get, had to get rid of DeJounte, Joe Harris. I could do it, but I just think that's a little unrealistic for them to bring in both players. We'll take Giannis for now at a 98 overall. Or should we go Paul George? I'm leaning towards Giannis. Let's do Giannis. Somehow we did it. We pulled off Giannis and Antetokounmpo. Pretty crazy for the Charlotte Hornets rebuild. Let's get out of the moratorium period, see if we have any money left to do anything. Probably not after taking on that massive contract in Giannis. Can we do anything? We're negative 18 under the cap. We actually have RJ Barrett here as an unrestricted free agent. I feel like that's a glitch. That would be a nice addition. You get Bull down here. Lonzo Ball is an unrestricted. He wants a crazy contract. Anyone interesting down here? We could bring back Malik Monk. That would put us just a little too less money in order to do that. You've got Josh Jackson, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Josh Hart's interesting. He's a restricted free agent. Don't really see anything I like. I probably will just see you guys at the start of season number 3. So at the start of season number 3, looking at the roster and how everything is right now, we will probably do 4 seasons. So let's see what we can get right now. I think I want to hold on to James Wiseman considering we're doing 4 seasons. But Jalen Green, I don't know if I have enough time to wait on him. I want to see what I could get for Jalen Green. That'll probably be the main move we do. If anything else, I'll probably just do off camera and update you guys because I don't want this video to be like 40 minutes long. We can get Jaren Jackson Jr., only 1 year remaining. De'Aaron Fox is interesting. Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson. Vucevic and Bamba. We can actually get D'Angelo Russell. We're getting rid of DeJounte Murray, which does hurt us. I mean, last season he got us 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. I mean, he brings a lot to the table, but D'Angelo Russell's a guy that last season got 29 points with insane efficiency, plus Amari Spellman. I think I'm actually going to do this deal. We're going to have him locked up for a couple seasons. You pair that alongside Giannis and Antetokounmpo. I mean, now, where is Miles Bridges? Okay, so we still got James Wiseman. Giannis they have at the 3. I think I want to do Giannis at the 4. Giannis at the 4. Save that. Looking at the rotation, it's D'Angelo Russell. Roddy McGruder at the shooting guard. Really not looking strong there. Miles Bridges, Giannis, and James Wiseman. With Joe Harris, Brandon Clark, and JaVale McGee off our bench. I think that's really the roster we're going to use for season number 3. I might do a couple of changes, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, we finished with a record of 47 wins and 35 losses. We see Giannis Antetokounmpo take home All-NBA second team. Any more Charlotte Hornets? Don't see anywhere else. We're just going to head into the NBA playoffs. We ended up finishing as the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. Hopefully we can make a run. I'm really focused on next season, but our roster is constructed in a way that we can still do this. We obviously have a great player in Giannis. We now have D'Angelo Russell at a 94. I end up making a midseason trade, trading like Brandon Clark and some future picks to bring in Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, hopefully for some trade value next season, but are still going to play a role for us this year. Looking at our player stats, we are led, I think, by D'Angelo Russell in scoring at 22, but now we see James Wiseman getting a bigger role in the offense. We're seeing Miles Bridges really step up. He's only shooting 43% from the field, but let's see how we do in the NBA playoffs. Hopefully we make it to like the Eastern Conference Finals. Right now we're 1-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers. They eliminated us, I think, a season ago. We're up 2-1. We're tied 2-2. Let's not make a first round exit. That would be pretty disappointing. We're up 3-2. It's going to game 7. Can we win it? No, we are eliminated in the first round. I'll see you guys at free agency. So we actually ended up getting the 14th overall pick in the draft, and I know this trade doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense for us, getting rid of D'Angelo Russell, the 14th pick plus Joe Harris, but I think we really need to get some more overalls, high overall guys. Getting Jamal Murray and Jason Tatum, to me at this point, makes a lot of sense. I'm going to end up doing the deal. I got to give a new contract to Miles Bridges. That's the only big thing we really have in terms of rookie signings. I don't think we should have any more players. That 14th overall pick ended up coming from the Washington Wizards we got a while ago. Team player option. We definitely need to accept James Wiseman, Jackson Hayes. We will accept all those guys. And then going into qualifying offers, Miles Bridges, that's definitely going to get extended, but we're going to try and re-sign Miles Bridges using our bird rights. Should have no problem there. Looking at who's out here, you see restricted free agent Luka Doncic, restricted free agent and Trae Young, but we're heading all the way down. He should be around that 86 overall range. Where are you at? He's at 84. Negotiate contract. We'll give you the 5 years, $167 million. That is a ton of money. Let's do it. Let's hopefully just get out of the moratorium period. Have Miles Bridges on the roster. I don't want anything to mess up in this situation. Miles Bridges is the one guy from the original roster that I wanted to hold on to, build around. I gave him a ton of untapped potential. He's now at an 84 overall. We're matching everything. Do we have him on the roster? Is Miles Bridges here? Yes, he is. Is he on a multi-year deal? I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is the last season of the rebuild. No, he ends up just being on that qualifying offer. That's fine with us. And so at the start of the season, we're going to start by making some trades. We got offered this by the Atlanta Hawks. We're taking on Cam Reddish, getting rid of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's going to be an upgrade there. Seeing if we can bolster the bench anymore. Ty Jerome, what could we get here? Looking for like 80-plus overalls that could help out this team. Thomas Satoransky, don't see anything I love there. What if I package him with Daniel Gafford? Can we get up, maybe find an 81, 82 overall? Someone's trying to get off. Devin Robinson and Carson Edwards. Not really thinking I want to do that. Let's see what we can do in terms of the big-time players. I really want to start looking at that. What would it take? What can we get for Jamal Murray? Jamal Murray's something, you know, a guy that I don't have a lot of attachment to. Yeah, we got him ahead of the draft, but that was really because we were getting Jason Tatum plus like another guy that had a ton of value. De'Aaron Fox, that is interesting. He got 18 points per game, 10 assists, whereas Jamal Murray got 17 points per game. It was absolutely killer from beyond the arc. That one's one I'm definitely going to consider. We see John Wall here. What can we get for Weisman? That's definitely something that's interesting. Darius Garland and Danny Ja Morant. But we're getting rid of Jackson Hayes. I don't love that. Jamal Murray, but we're getting Jared Allen as well. De'Aaron Fox and Isaiah Stewart. You know what? I'm actually really interested to see what is the market for Giannis. He actually is on a no-trade clause. Totally forgot about that. Checking at the roster, we've got Jamal Murray, Cam Reddish, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Wiseman. Then we have Miles Bridges, Jackson Hayes, and Ty Jerome, and Daniel Gafford off our bench. I like the rotation as it is right now. I think we're definitely contenders, you know, to bring home this title. I'm going to let you guys know if I find any trades I really like, and I'll see you guys then. So at the end of the season, we had Giannis take home MVP. Random player gets Rookie of the Year. He also took home Defensive Player of the Year. That's great to see. Jaden McDaniels, Rick Carlisle wins Coach of the Year. Let's see in terms of All-NBA teams. We got Giannis on All-NBA first. Anybody else to be seen? Doesn't. Oh, that's all rookie. Let's go to All-NBA second. See if we see anybody. We've got nobody on All-NBA second. Nobody on All-NBA third. That's all good with us. We finished with 57 wins. Good enough to be the second seed. What? Who is the number one seed? We got the Miami Heat, who also finished with 57 wins. Looking at our player stats, I think we're looking really good going into this playoff series. We've got 24 points out of Giannis. We got 19 out of James Wiseman to go along with over 2 blocks, 8 rebounds. He's now hitting threes at a somewhat consistent rate. You got Miles Bridges, who absolutely killed it this season. He's up to an 87 overall, giving us 18 points a game. You got Jason Tatum giving us an efficient 15. Same thing with Ajvada at 14 points a game. Lonzo Ball, he's shooting 36% from 3 on almost 6 attempts now. That's great to see, but more importantly, he's getting over 10 assists a game. Mo Bamba off our bench. Trey Lyles, I don't know how, but he's ended up getting 7.7 points. I didn't realize he was in our rotation. I'm not sure if I want that. We shall see. He's not supposed to be in our rotation, but he is an 80 overall right now, so I'm really not opposed to him getting any minutes. Let's see. In round 1, we're going against the Detroit Pistons. Hopefully this is easy. Hopefully we don't have to worry about a first-round exit with a team that's this good. You know, 90 overalls, 87 overalls, all across the board. I think we're looking good. We go 4-0 in the first round. The Miami Heat end up winning 4-1. In the second round, we're going against the Boston Celtics. They ended up taking the Brooklyn Nets to 7 games. I saw like earlier when I was looking at the player stats that Kevin Durant was averaging like 37 points per game. It looks like we're going to go right past the Boston Celtics. The Miami Heat are down 3-2 to the Milwaukee Bucks, and we're going against the 4th seeded Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. This should be no problem. 2-1, 2-2. Let's not go down 3-2. We are down 3-2. That is somewhat scary. Who do they have over there? They got Anthony Edwards, who's now a 90 overall. They've got Gordon Hayward, who's an 85 overall. Colin Sexton, Eric Bledsoe. There is just no way this team beats us. Come on, simulate the round. It's Game 7. We're going to the NBA Finals against the Memphis Grizzlies. Who do they have at this point? They're probably looking pretty good if they still have like Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Probably like 90 overalls at this point. You got 93 Ja Morant, 89 Jaren Jackson Jr. You got Derek Favors, now 31 years old, is an 87 overall. Steven Adams, Derrick Rose, TJ Warren. I mean, they got depth, but when you look at our roster, I don't see that there's any way they can beat us. Let's go into the NBA Finals. We're up 1 game, 2 games to 0, 2 games to 1. Let's not tie it up. We're up 3-1, and we win the NBA Finals. Giannis wins MVP, getting 25 points, over 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. Absolutely beautiful. Our final roster consists of 390 overalls and Giannis, Jason Tatum, and James Wiseman, with an 88 Lonzo, an 88 Miles Bridges, an 88 Mo Bamba, 87 Danny Ashvada, 82 Carson Edwards, and 81 Ignas Brazdeikis. But that's the end of the video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and peace.